Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. As you probably know, and if you don't, I will tell you, in Serbia there were some elections, and the wrong people won those elections. Why do I say wrong people? The wrong people for the guys who want to rule the world, and that is Vucic and his party. Again, they were voted in office. These people, when they love democracy, these guys here, the guys in charge and their little mass media, they love democracy, unless the wrong candidate wins. When the wrong candidate wins, then the whole smear campaign starts. But if the right candidate wins, and you have people who say, hey, I think that there's some irregularities during the election process, they're called names and shamed, like deniers, election deniers. Immediately they smear you and attach something bad, like you are a sore loser. But they don't do the same thing when the wrong people win and their people rally. They don't call them election deniers. Why is that? Well, because they don't love democracy. They have an agenda. And when the agenda is out of tune, they have to bring it in the right key. So let me show you here two articles coming from Germany and from Associated Press. I have Deutsche Welle and Associated Press, and I want to point out the terms used to describe what's going on in Serbia. I will start with Associated Press. And here you have Associated Press. Thousands accuse Serbia's ruling. We know now it's a populist, which is a bad term. That's what we're supposed to think about Serbia's populists as, bad people. So accuse Serbia's ruling populists of election fraud at a Belgrade rally. They don't call these guys deniers. No, it's just a Belgrade rally, not deniers. Here in the United States of America, if you have some questions or you are skeptical that Joe Biden, shined, as they say he shined, then you're called this and that. Here, no. Why? For the reasons I already mentioned. The wrong people won the elections and the right people are rallying. Now, were there election fraud? I have no idea. And I guarantee you Associated Press doesn't know either. But they know that the Serbia's ruling people are populists, which is bad. And they just report the news as, they got it. Election fraud is just an accusation and just a rally. So first, this is bad. And then they seem to be balanced with the rest. Belgrade. Thousands of people rallied in Serbia's capital on Saturday chanting thieves. And these guys are sore losers? Oh, no, they're not. Why? Because they're pushing our interests. So we're going to use the right terms for them. And accusing the populist authorities, or the right wing, left wing, far right, however they want to portray those people of being, of President Aleksandar Vucic of orchestrating a fraud during a recent general election. The big rally in central Belgrade capped nearly 2 weeks of street protests. Violent or no? Mostly peaceful protests, I would like to know. Reported widespread irregularities during the December 17th parliamentary and local ballot that were also noted by international election observers. The ruling Serbian Progressive Party, a populist, was declared the election winner, but the main opposition alliance, Serbia Against Violence, that's such stupid term, against violence, these guys are just violent by looking at me, has claimed the election was stolen. These are deniers right here. See, particularly in the vote for Belgrade city authorities. Serbia Against Violence has led daily protests since December 17, demanding that the vote be annulled and rerun. Tensions have soared following violent incidents and arrests of opposition supporters at a protest last weekend. No, they tried to storm, like the insurrection. That's how they, this is the term they used for the same thing in Washington, D.C. They called it an insurrection. The same thing here. These guys tried to breach the governmental building, but they were stopped by the police. They were unsuccessful. But it was not an insurrection attempt. They will not frame it that way. Why? For the reasons I already mentioned. Now, this one article. Let's go to the second article coming from Deutsche Welle. Serbia's ruling populist claim sweeping election victory. Why did it say again populist? You see, this is Deutsche Welle. This is not the Associated Press. And they use the same term. The same term, ruling populist. Why? Because they don't like them. This is not reporting the media. This is shaping opinion. Serbia's governing populists, again, the same thing, claimed a sweeping victory in Sunday's snap parliamentary elections. According to a near-complete preliminary tally published Monday by the State Election Commission, President Aleksandar Vučić's Serbian Progressive Party won 47% of the vote. How significant is the victory by Vučić's party? It is because he is a traitor. He is Putin's buddy. Therefore, he's no good. Okay? He's not allowing Serbia to be a vassal state to our interests. He doesn't allow part of his country, Kosovo, Big Ivan eventually to another country. He doesn't like many things that these guys want him to like in his society. Imagine the other party has the name against violence. Who's not against violence? Do you think that Vučić is for violence? Oh, he doesn't implement the laws that you want? It's like these guys come over here and say, we should have a party and there's going to be the opposition party of hate or dislike. Let's make it milder. Dislike. The party of dislike or the party of kindness or fighting about, I don't know, rudeness. What are you talking about? Is this what it is? Is this? Well, violence because why? Oh, Emil, you don't know. There were some mass shootings in Belgrade, or in Belgrade, in Serbia. Okay, how many? What were the victims? What, 20? 30? How awful that is. How many people die in car accidents? How many people die, I don't know, in Chicago, for instance, in a weekend? Is that good? No. So, to create a party for that big problem, that's what they mean. Big problem, as bad as it is, violence. Always put it in proportions. We had here a pandemic. And again, put it in proportion. Put it in how many people out of how many. All right? That's how you determine if that's really a problem or it's not a problem. Okay? So let's say Donald Trump is a good example. This guy's called Donald Trump a loser and that he filed for bankruptcy. And they were, these guys engaged in the office and other areas in, how do you call it, collective masturbation sessions. They were all happy that he's going to, and this was one of their arguments. Oh, he's a loser, he filed for bankruptcy. And my question was always, and his daddy gave him a loan of $1 million, therefore he's a loser. Well, very easy. First, how much was he worth at that time? What, about $12 billion. All right. His father gave him $1 million loan. So did he lose it or he increased it? He increased it. That's success. So you can attach successful to Trump. Then yes, he filed bankruptcy. And what did he do? How many companies he had? One, and that one filed for bankruptcy? No, he had about 50. And out of 50 companies, he filed bankruptcy for one. Did he lose everything? No. And even if he lost, where is he now? So you see, you sometimes win, you sometimes lose. The problem is an ascendant, you go up or you go down. So you win, lose, win, lose, win, lose, win, lose, and the trend goes down, or win, lose, win, lose, win, lose. That's the way life works. These guys think that if you lost one time or 50 times, you're a loser. Yeah, but you won 50 million times. And even if you lost those 3 times, let's say 3 times lost, if those 3 times are big losses, you go down. Even if you won small fights, the war is over. So again, this is when they call, hey, you know, Vucic is like this, Vucic is like that. Trump is bad. He has, how do you call it? He's a bad person. He's a loser. Where is that going? In what direction is he going? So to have a party based on violence on this amount of cases in this population during this much time, this period of time, is just, I say, you know, unreal. If you would have, let's say, widespread violence, let's say in 24 hours in Serbia, let's say, I would say 10 million people. Let's make it 10 million people. And you have, I don't know, 7 million incidents in a year or in a day, or you get a proportion. Yeah, but you got what? 50 people in how many years? And even if it's 150, in the population and in time, that's not a pandemic. But you can make it. You can make it. But that tells me that if that so-called party for whatever violence, against violence, has traction, that tells me it's probably funded by others, and it worked with a certain segment of the population who really thinks violence is everywhere. It's not. I mean, it is in a certain way, but not as they portray it to be. Always put it in context. Oh, that's 50 people who died. That's awful. Okay, in how many years? And what's the population? And when you say that, okay, well, you're a sick person. Oh, okay, well, you got sick 2 times. You're a sick person. And what, in 20 years? I'm not a sick person. I'm a healthy person. How long, what the duration of sickness lasts? 1 week, let's say, each. So 2 weeks out of 10 years, you just make a little calculation. You find out that you're 100% healthy. So anyway, my friends, I haven't heard any election deniers there. Why? Because I suspect that these things are funded from outside NGOs and others. Do I have the evidence? No, but I kind of know how the things work. If this would have been the other way around, I guarantee you that the titles here would be different. It would not be Serbia's ruling populist fraud and they rally. No, it's going to be like the progressive, fantastic, against violence, beautiful party, excellent, pro-European, pro-Western, perfect party. And those guys are just, you know, some thugs that are deniers because they lost and their brains are the chicken brain. It's basically close to what kind of words they would use. Just imagine. I don't want to, you know, insult the Serbs because I like the Serbs. But like in any small country, you have big countries with big interests that will try to push you around. Maybe the elections, you know, I'm pretty sure they had irregularities. Only the last elections in the United States of America had no irregularities. No. Okay? But we got that one covered. But I'm pretty sure that happened. Was it stolen? They said irregularities. How important were those? The party won 47% of the vote. With the irregularities, you would get what, to 2%? But anyway, let them find out what happened. And I would say just think of this. People from outside, they don't want you to be good and strong. No. If you think that's the reasons why they help you and they give you with democracy, freedom and all that, those are just terms so they can put the foot in the door and then get in. Do you think that the banks will help you to help you? No, to help themselves. These guys from outside, do you think they help you as a country because why? Do you think they have this moral, perfection and duty to help you? No, they do it for an interest. The interest is conquering, controlling, wealth. We humans are functioning by the same rules, the same rules. Pleasure and displeasure. And we, at the foundation, we are the same animals that we were, 3,000 years ago. We can, a little bit become more sophisticated here and there, but that's through work. If you think that these guys who preach to us, bring democracy there, human rights here and there. Do you think those guys really, really are like gurus? Just listen to them. Just look how they act, how they behave, the decisions they make in the name of freedom, democracy, love, and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, no, they're not called election deniers whatsoever. Why? Because they're boys. Thank you very much for being with me again today. If these guys, this is their goal. Their goal is to put a party, some idiots like Zelensky and Zmihal and Reznikov, who's gone, Yermak, these guys in charge of Serbia that would do anything that these guys want them to do. Implement different kind of policies, change the fabric of the society, give all kind of perverted way of life, being a servant to the European Union or to the United States of America or to both, have occupation troops from outside to defend the eastern flank of NATO, and so on. Get the banks and get your get investments. That's how they call them. This is what they want, and they want you to do what they want you to do. If they say go left, you're gonna go left. Right, go right. I always say yes, you will eat a little bit better, but you will be in prison, versus being free and not that well fed. Which one you would choose? I would choose the latter. But you can't make people want what you like, maybe, or what you want. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.